Know the top stories of the day. Understand the issues that matter. This is Manila Bulletin News on Web. Your quick rundown of top news in the country and around the world. Manila Bulletin, celebrating 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. Be fully informed. Hi, I'm Barbie Atienza. This is MB Now, and here are your news on web. 6 cases of the South African variant of the coronavirus disease virus have been detected in the Philippines. Also, 30 more cases of the United Kingdom variant were found, the Department of Health announced on Tuesday, March 2. The DOH said that of the 6 cases of B1351 South Africa variant, 3 are local cases, 2 are returning overseas Filipinos, and 1 case is still being verified as to location. Meanwhile, 30 additional cases of the B117 UK variant were found in the country. The new cases brought the total to 87. Of the 30 additional cases with B117 variant, 20 cases are returning overseas Filipinos, 3 are local cases, and 7 are currently being verified if these are local cases or returning overseas Filipinos, the DOH said. The DOH noted that 5 UK variant cases were found to belong to other variants. Moreover, the DOH also said that 2 additional cases with mutations of interest were found. The DOH reminded the public to strictly observe the minimum public health standards. The Food and Drug Administration confirmed today that China's pharmaceutical firm Sinopharm has already submitted an application for emergency use authorization for its COVID-19 vaccine yesterday, March 1. In a television interview, FDA Director General Rolando Enrique Domingo said they are now looking at the documents to see if it's complete or if there are any other documents that need to be submitted before officially accepting the application. Meanwhile, an official of the World Health Organization assured that the country is to receive doses of COVID-19 vaccines developed by pharmaceutical firms Pfizer and Astrazeneca. WHO representative to the Philippines, Dr. Rabindra Abiyasinge, said the Philippine government has already complied with all the necessary requirement to have access on these vaccines. Abiyasinge said that they are looking at how they can accelerate the delivery of 525,600 doses of AstraZeneca vaccines. These vaccines were supposed to arrive in the Philippines on Monday, March 1. At the global level, Abiyasinge said that they are facing 2 bottlenecks in the delivery of the essential vaccines around the globe. President Duterte told Vice President Leni Robredo that she does not have to keep on reminding the government about giving the best to the medical frontliners because that is exactly what he wanted for them. Duterte made a statement in response to Vice President Robredo's remark that the country's healthcare workers deserve nothing but the best as the government rolled out its vaccination program against the COVID-19 using the CoronaVac of the Chinese drug maker Sinovac. In his weekly public address, Duterte reminded Robredo that there are not many vaccines available in the market worldwide, but he can give her money if she still insists on her stand. According to the president, Robredo did not have to make an idiotic stand about giving the best to the country's health workers because that is what he wanted for them in the first place. He added that the vice president can die, but he will never forsake the medical frontliners. President Duterte has acknowledged that not all health workers want the Sinovac vaccine. He said he respects their decision to wait for another brand.
Sabihin ko sa iyo uli, kung marunong kang makinig, walang bakuna ngayon available. Either hingiin mo, nakawin mo, o bayaran mo. Ngayon, kung gusto mo talaga para mahinto ka, kunin mo yung basket mo, mamalengke ka doon sa labas ng bakuna. Bigyan kita pera para kung may mabili ka, bilhin mo na kaagad at umuwi ka dito sa Pilipinas, bigay mo roon sa mga doktor.
Day and night will all be almost of equal length on March 20, 2021, which is one of only 2 such occasions in every year. The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, or PAG-ASA, explained that the vernal equinox is an astronomical event that marks the start of spring in the northern hemisphere and autumn in the southern hemisphere. On the day of the vernal equinox, PAG-ASA said night and day are about the same length on the same latitude in both hemispheres. Days will begin to last a little longer and nights get a bit shorter in the country. Every year, equal lengths of day and night happen twice during the vernal and autumnal equinox in March and September, respectively. In Metro News, Mayor Zamora tests positive for COVID-19. Pasay to receive initial 100 doses of Sinovac vaccines. And no double parking on national highways in Valenzuela, according to Mayor Gatchalian. More from this report.
San Juan City Mayor Francisco Zamora yesterday announced that he tested positive for the COVID-19. Zamora said that he decided to quarantine himself at the Cardinal Santos Medical Center to avoid transmitting the virus to others and to his family, especially to his wife, who is a cancer survivor. The mayor also urged everyone who he came in contact with in the past few days to have themselves tested. The Pasay City General Hospital will initially receive 100 doses of Sinovac's COVID-19 vaccines on Tuesday, March 2. An official at the Pasay City Hall said the national government allotted a total of 5,000 doses of Sinovac vaccine for health workers at the PCGH. Pasay City National Immunization Program Office said health workers in the city were added to the list of those who will be receiving the Sinovac vaccines in the first rollout in the country. Valenzuela City Mayor Rex Gatchalian has maintained that double parking on highways, especially on national roads, will never be tolerated in the city. Gatchalian on Monday reiterated the stopping on highways is a traffic violation and using cell phones while driving is also prohibited by law. This came after a viral post of a motorist who were apprehended along Mindanao Avenue who pulled over to answer a call. Some called the officers abusive for not even taking into consideration the motorist's explanations. Gatchalian advised motorists to object against getting cited, that there's a proper process of appealing it.
Here are the top news in other parts of the country. Antipolo contact tracing QR code now valid in Mandaluyong City. Vendors oppose redevelopment of Carbon Market in Cebu City. And 70-year-old woman missing after landslide hit Davao de Oro town. Here are the details.
The Antipolo City Government's contact tracing system, the Antipolo Bantay COVID-19 QR code, can now be used in Mandaluyong City. With the interconnectivity of the contact tracing system of the two cities, residents of Antipolo can now enter establishments in Mandaluyong City by just showing the Bantay COVID-19 QR code. Prior to the tie-up with Mandaluyong, the Antipolo City government has also linked its contact tracing system with Valenzuela City and Pasig City, enabling residents of the three cities to use QR codes generated by their respective localities whenever they enter establishments that require the code's use. A group of vendors gathered in front of the Cebu City Hall on Monday to protest what they said is impending privatization of the carbon public market. At least 100 vendors and stakeholders of the country's oldest public market asked City Mayor Edgardo Labella to junk the joint venture agreement or JVA that the city entered into with Megawide Construction Corporation, the engineering company which won the right to redevelop the market. During the rally, the group also submitted copies of their petition addressed to Labella. Megawide, on the other hand, has said that the market will not be privatized as it will be co-managed by the company and the city government. A 70-year-old woman went missing after a landslide incident occurred in Barangay Mount Diwata, Moncayo Town in Davao de Oro Province on Monday, March 1st. The Barangay Disaster Risk and Reduction Management Council or BDRMC of Mount Diwata identified the missing woman as Rizalda Matambonoy while 2 more residents were injured. In a video posted on Facebook, a mudslide can be seen rushing down the steep slope in Purok 22 at around 1 p.m. 4 houses were totally destroyed, 2 houses were partially damaged, while a total of 10 households with 36 individuals were affected.
And in world news, Spain suffers second worst month for virus deaths. Pfizer and Astrazeneca COVID jabs highly effective in elderly according to a study in UK. And Israel launches tracker bracelets to enforce home quarantine. Let's watch this report.
Spain suffered its second worst month for the coronavirus deaths in February with 10,528 fatalities, the worst figure since April last year according to the government latest figures. The overall toll now stands at 69,609, Health Ministry data showed. Although Spain's third wave peak has passed, the 40-day cumulative case number has fallen from nearly 900 per 100,000 people in late January to 175 currently. The death toll has remained stubbornly high. With infections spreading rapidly across Europe, many countries have been forced into a second or even third lockdown, but Spain has so far resisted a return to a national shutdown. The government wants to have up to 70% of population vaccinated by the end of the summer, maintaining the target despite widespread delays in vaccine deliveries. The Pfizer and Astrazeneca vaccines have been highly effective in reducing coronavirus infections and severe illness among elderly people in Britain, with more than 80% reduction in hospitalization, official data showed Monday. In over 80s, a single dose of either vaccine is more than 80% effective at preventing hospitalization around 3 to 4 weeks after the job, according to Public Health England real-world study that has gathered data since January. The study comes as France and Germany consider reversing the refusal to authorize the AstraZeneca vaccine for people over 65 due to concerns of its efficacy. British Health Department hailed the new study as extremely good news. Israel's health minister launched a pilot project to give electronic bracelets for incoming travelers, allowing people to quarantine at home instead of a hotel. Providing they wear the bracelet, allowing authorities to track their movements. After the immigration check, they just have to pay for a deposit of the gadget for security that they will return the kit.
In entertainment, K-pop boy band and Grammy nominee BTS will be performing at the Recording Academy Foundation's virtual concert and fundraiser. The Music on a Mission virtual concert, an official Grammy Week event, will be held on March 12, 2 days before the Grammy Award ceremony on March 14. According to the Music Cares, the virtual event will honor the resilience of the music community, which has been deeply impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Just last January 31, BTS's costumes for their Dynamite music video sold for $162,500 at the Music Airs Charity Relief Auction held in Beverly Hills. At the 63rd Grammy Awards, BTS is nominated for Best Pop Duo Group Performance. Now in sports, teen sensation Alex Eala gets another shot at a $25,000 tournament when she competes in the ITF Rafa Nadal Academy by Movie Star World Tennis Tour in Manacor, Spain on Wednesday. The 15-year-old Eala, who earned a main draw berth as a junior exempt, will be facing Switzerland's Simona Waltert in the opening round of the 32-player field. This would be the third time that Eala will be competing in a W25 event after an impressive quarterfinal finish at the W25 Grenoble tournament in France 3 weeks ago. Eala seeks her second pro title after winning the first leg of the same W15 Manacor tournament also in January. And those are the news on Web today, March 2, 2021. For more news and details, get your copy of Manila Bulletin newspaper tomorrow or log on to to www.mb.com.ph. You may also subscribe to our newsletter through the link on this video's caption to have the day's latest news delivered to your inbox. I am Barbie Atienza for Manila Bulletin. Join us again tomorrow. This has been MB Now. Be fully informed.